My name is Abraham. Ahlan. Welcome. Many of you remember the fabulous show Generations, a historical production which traced our comings from Syria to New York. Tonight, we will present for you a celebration, a multimedia tribute to our Syrian life cycle. Helping me to present our beautiful customs, heritage, and traditions is my family. Let me begin by introducing to you my Rohi, my life, the most wonderful woman a man could ever want, Sitt Frida, a true Eshet Hayy. Now let us move on to my elder son Isaac and his wife Molly. Are you ready for the show?
We can't wait, Dad.
Oh, of course we're ready, Dad. This show is really going to be great. The kids have been practicing and practicing all week long. Everybody knows their lines. I know my lines. The kids know their lines. Even Isaac knows.
I know my lines. I know
Isaac, do you know your lines?
I know my lines.
Isaac, the whole dinner is going to be out there. All of our family, all of our friends. Oh, look, there's Rosie. Rosie, oh my gosh, Selma came too. Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you. The children. Let me first present my precious chesale, my granddaughter Sarah.
Jiddo, when do I come on? I'm really nervous. I hope I remember my lines. I'm so nervous. What's my line? Jiddo, what's my line?
Sarah, a garaya, mittel imma. Don't worry, you'll get your cue. You'll be wonderful. To my left, good looking, hello, a good dancer, educated, from a very good family, and still single, my grandson Abi.
Jiddo, you forgot sharp dresser.
Hadid. I would like to introduce my eldest granddaughter Frida and her husband Saul, who met on Rosh Hashanah on the corner of Avenue S and East 4th Street, right in front of the Levy house.
No, Jiddo. I saw her in front of the Hidary house and had to cross over to talk to her.
Saul, I was in front of the Gindi house?
No, it was the Hidary house.
It was the Gindi.
Frida, I'm telling you, it was the Hidary house.
What's most important is you met, right? Shufu, they were in love. Last, but by no means least, our bar mitzvah boy, Morris. Are you ready for next week?
I'm totally psyched for my bar mitzvah, Jiddo.
I don't blame you, Morris. A bar mitzvah is a very, very important part of your life cycle. And in honor of your bar mitzvah, I have prepared a very special gift. I have a book of our heritage, customs, and traditions, a book on how we live, how Sito and I live, how your mother and father live, and how I hope you, from generation to generation, will live. And now we are going to act it out for you tonight.
Jido, this is wonderful. I'm so excited. Let's start.
I want to share some thoughts with you now that I have grown old. And with these words, a treasure shared, more precious than fine gold. Of all the gifts you'll soon receive, more valuable by far is this I give with all my heart, the tale of who and what we are. And now Jido will give this gift and share right from the start a legacy, a history of which you are a part. Celebration. Now that you've met my family, let us begin. Ike, our latest addition to the family, Frieda and Saul's second son. The first lesson in our beautiful Syrian life cycle is the tradition of naming the children for the grandparents. My son Isaac is named after my father. Isaac's eldest son, Amy, is named after me, Abraham. You, Morris, are named after your mother's father. Frieda is named after Sito Frieda. And Sarah is named after the other grandmother, Molly's mother, Ike. Ike is named after his grandfather, my son Isaac, a new baby. Frieda and Saul, is there anything more exciting than having a new child? Sarah, is there anything more thrilling than being 6? Morris, is there anything more thrilling than having a bar mitzvah? Baby, is there anything more nerve-wracking than looking for a wife? Molly and Isaac, is there anything more wonderful than watching your children have children? Sito, is there anything more gratifying to know that we were the ones that started it all? Family ties will always last. Traditions treasured through time. Customs that are yours and mine. Join us as we celebrate. Traditions we have shared.
say that again.
Being born today is not like it was many years ago. In fact, I remember my parents telling me of how in Syria, women gave birth at home with the help of a midwife.
Sito, what's a midwife?
A midwife is an experienced woman who helped deliver the baby.
Shaul! Batla!
Hedaya?
Awane! Kmanete ila abdi sabut! Awane!
There were no nurses, no hospitals. People didn't even use doctors. The midwife did everything with the help of a female relative.
Then, when a woman went into labor, she sat on this big, old, ugly birthing chair, had such a ugly-looking chair with a hole where the midwife could attend to her. Then she would push, oh my gosh, and she'd push, oh. And believe it or not, she gave birth completely natural.
Little Likey was born natural.
Not that natural.
Who's that?
That's my mother and father. Your great-grandfather, Isaac, and your great-grandmother, Jamila. And that baby is me.
She looks just like Sarah.
No. Sarah looks just like mine. They were wonderful people. I wish you could have met them.
That's a long time ago.
My parents arrived in America in 1920, and I was born in 1921.
In a chair?
By the 20s, they did away with the chairs. But we still use midwives. In fact, I remember the story my mother told me back in 1923. The Betas and the Mizrahis, who lived next door to each other, were giving birth at the same time, which made it very easy for the midwife. And then the whole neighborhood was waiting anxiously.
They're over here. They're getting ready to have a party for me.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Fair or not, that's our tradition.
How long are they going to go on carrying on like this? Frosting, ghosting, preparing, just because you're a baby boy. Not fair. Not fair.
Look, you had your day in the sun. On Shabbat, your daddy was called up for an aliyah. And they named you after your mother's mother for respect. And they even sang Pizmonim. So it's not like you're nothing. You're just not a baby boy.
Oh, what's so special about being a baby boy? What's this party for anyway? And what are they gonna do for you?
I don't know. But they haven't left my side for 8 days. And last night, they stayed up all night, partying and praying. I think they call it Shalom.
Well, you're not so great. You don't even have a name yet. Na, 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 na.
Look, it's been 7 great days. And today, the 8th day, is supposed to be the best. Tough luck, little girl.
Not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Hey, hi, Dad. Time for my party. What exactly is this party for? A bris, yes. Oh, the mohel is ready? That must be the entertainment. Tell me about this mohel. Has this guy played Broadway? Ah, he's performed all over the city. What's with all the instruments? I think he's in some kind of a band. Oh, that's interesting. So he only works very early in the morning. What a job. To only work in the morning. That's for me. And we have to go to the shul? He must need a bigger stage. What's with the knife and scissors? He actually performs with them. Oh, it's a heavy metal band. He does what? And the knife is for what? Boy, that's gonna hurt. Dad, you're grossing me out. Dad, stop. Dad, who exactly is he going to do that to? No! It's not fair! It's not fair!
It's so nice to be a girl.
The ceremony of bris dates back to the early part of the Bible, where our ancestor Abraham was commanded by God to cut the foreskin of every male at the age of 8 days. And that was a treaty which was made by God with Abraham and his descendants.
Now, in the milah that's being performed, there's people that have to be there. Number one, we have the boy itself, which is the ben. Then number two, we have the mohel. Number three, we have the sandak, where the baby sits on the lap of the sandak. And then we have the father of the boy. And then, of course, we also have Eliyahu Hanavi, Eli the prophet, that must attend every single milah. So the rabbis asked the question, of all these people that are there, who's the most important one at the milah that day? So they came to the conclusion that it wasn't the boy, it wasn't the father, it wasn't the mohel, and it wasn't Eliyahu Hanavi, but it was the sandak himself. Why? Because the sandak holds the baby on his legs, and automatically his legs become an altar for a sacrifice. So for the sandak, who's holding the baby, to him, that day becomes a Yom Tov, a holiday.
Okay, while the ceremony of the Brit Milah has been the same, the location has changed over the years. My first son, which was born in 1968, we had it at the time in the hospital. The time was Brookdale Hospital, which many people had Maimonides and so on, where the bris was held in the hospital itself behind a glass window, and just about 25 or 30 people attended. As years went by, the maternity stay at the hospital became much shortened, and the bris was taken to the home, and then on to the synagogue, and sometimes in halls as well. Going back in the 1930s and 40s, when they were done at home, basically some sponge cake, some Syrian pastries, and a little scotch was served, and the few people that gathered there partook of that and just went on to work quickly. when they were taken to the hospital, it was similar to that, very, very light breakfast. And if you wanted to be a big sport or generous, they served an ice cream Dixie cup with vanilla and chocolate ice cream. That was going all out.
Milah is so important that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, who was told by God to go and redeem 3 million people out of Egypt, he went and he delayed the circumcision of his son. What God did is he sent a snake to go and, God forbid, kill him. So immediately his wife Sipporah went, she took a stone and she formed the milah on her son, and she saved Moshe's life. To show you that nothing in the world ever, ever delays the performance of the Brit Milah.
This wonderful mitzvah is observed by 100% of our community.
Amen.
So does that finish birth, Jiddo?
Oh, Morris, there's one more special ceremony, the Pidyon. Morris, a Pidyon is one of our most unique and ancient customs. It is only done to the first child of an Israelite parents, and only if that firstborn is a male. It takes place on the 30th day after birth. When this special child is born, it actually belongs to the Kohen. So this ceremony is the redemption of the child by the parents.
Is this boy your firstborn child?
Yes.
Did you deliver him naturally?
Yes.
Did you have any miscarriages before?
No.
Is this your firstborn child?
Yes.
When you were in your mother's body, you belonged to Hashem and your mother and father. You now belong to me because I am a Kohen. And you can be redeemed after 1 month with $5 silver. V'daber Adonai Moshe lemor, kadesh li kol bechor. And God said to Moses, sanctify to me all the firstborn of Israel, and that can be redeemed after 1 month with $5 silver. Do you want to redeem your child, or shall I keep him? Don't give me trouble, otherwise they won't want to redeem you, and I'll have a problem because my wife will kill me. We already have 9 children.
How much is tuition these days anyway? Yes, we've come to redeem our son.
Yes, we have come to redeem our son.
Okay. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al Pidyon HaBen. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Tibalti mimcha hamesh shekalim, and I have received the $5 silver from you, elo bepidyon b'msah zeh, in redemption of this your firstborn son. V'haru hu padu bahem kedat Moshe v'Yisrael, in accordance with the laws of Moses and Israel. Mabruk.
What am I bid for this first coin?
301.
401. 501.
601.
Well, my wife was pregnant, and I knew that if we had a son, we would have a Pidyon. Well, a few months prior to her giving birth, I had gone to another bris, a relative of mine, and what happened was they collected coins, and they auctioned them off. Well, I felt that it would be lucky for me if I purchased these coins, so I bid for them, and I was fortunate enough to bid enough money to receive these lucky coins. And sure enough, a few months later, I had my first son. I didn't know whether it was due to the coins or not, but it's a very interesting thing to know about because it's the way our people think.
Having my first son was thrilling.
Having a baby is like, how can I describe it?
Exciting.
Really rewarding.
Miraculous.
It's an extension of your life.
It's having a person who enters into your life and changes it forever.
Having a baby is a true miracle.
You're right on cue. Sarah's going to help us, Morris, talk about the growing years. For as long as I can remember, the most important and precious years of our community are those of our children growing up.
It was during these years that we worked hard through education, family, and community to instill in you our own special values, customs, and a way of life.
Sarah, what is your favorite memory of nursery school?
Hashem is here, Hashem is here, Hashem is truly everywhere. Hashem is here, Hashem is here, Hashem is truly everywhere. Hashem is here, Hashem is here, Hashem is truly
Is there anything more precious than a child beginning to learn? Morris, tell us, what are your memories of school like?
I remember being the first ever at our Shabbat party. Baruch atah Adoshem Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah v'tzivanu lehalik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Hashem Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagivin. Amen. Baruch atah Hashem Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min ha'aretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Abuso, and they're adorable. You know, it's so beautiful how all our children learn in the yeshivas today.
Nowadays, the children know enough to teach their mothers the Aleph Bet.
Aleph. Aleph. Bet. Bet. Gimel. Gimel. Dalet. Dalet. Hey, B, C, D, E, F, G. I can't do this. I'm losing my room, Mommy. Not English. Hi, Zita. She'll get it.
You know, in the olden days when our ancestors lived in Syria, they didn't have the benefit of a formal education. They were more involved with their daily existence. The Hebrew education was taught by their father or rabbi. The daily prayers were learned by rote.
You mean you didn't go to school?
No, Badi, I went to public school, but I learned only English. So in the afternoon, I went to the Talmud Torah or Kitab. Rabbi was Rabbi Abadi. I managed to get an education, but it wasn't nearly as well-rounded as the education you're receiving today.
We are proud that our children have surpassed us in this most important area of growth, education.
In today's world, we also feel very, very strongly that higher education is necessary. Our parents and great-grandparents were able to get by with either no education at all or elementary school education. But as years go by, we found out high school was necessary, an important factor in life, which we did not have in the old country. And now in today's competitive world, we have to make sure that our children can continue into colleges and universities.
All right, we've talked about education. Now, what are some of the other important events in a child's life?
What about birthday parties? Oh, those are the best. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
bake chocolate chip cookies so you can bring them home to your fathers.
Who wants
What we won't do for our children. But where was all that when I was growing up?
Jiddo, you always told me the greatest times in the world were when you were growing up. Yeah, what happened to the good old days? What were some of the games you used to play?
Oh, the good old days. I remember the fun we used to have shooting marbles by the curb and capturing the immies.
An immy? What's that?
The immy was the most valuable marble. If you captured that, you were king of the mountain.
You stink, Ralphie. And you owe me 4 marbles.
Not so fast, Jaime. I still got 1 shot left. I got it! I got the immy!
You did it again, Ralphie. You did it again. Come on, Ralphie. I'll shoot you double or nothing.
Well, when we finish playing marbles, we'll always enjoy a good game of stupor. That is until the girls showed up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Darn, your turn. 5, 10, 110, 210, 310, 410, 510. Yes! Lucky shots! Luck in my foot. It's skill, my friend.
What are you doing?
Our laundry.
Very funny. Wheelies play.
Okay, but you play winners.
I hope Eli wins.
You like Eli.
What'd you say?
None of your business.
Joey, let me win! Let me win!
I can't believe it. They heard you.
We used to play touchball in the streets and baseball at the Central Park.
Where is that?
Right opposite the Magen David Yeshiva. The boys all lived in that park. While we were playing baseball, the girls were playing potsy on the sidewalk.
Sarah, before you ask, Rocky, it's hopscotch.
You want to play potsy? Do you have chalk to make the board? I found a piece of rock. We could use that chalk.
Well, press hard. I can never see the lines when you use a rock.
If we make the board in front of my house, the lady next door screams. Come on, we'll play by my house. You have a twig to throw? What twig? I have a banana peel. We'll fold it up.
My favorite game of all was jump rope.
My mother, your mother lives across the way. 18, 19, smell hard way. Every night they had a fight, and this is what they said. Lady, lady, turn around. Lady, lady, touch the ground. Lady, lady, show your shoes. Lady, lady, turn like you do. Came the teacher with the big fat stick. I wonder what I got on arithmetic. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now it's time for spelling. Spell cat, C-A-T. Spell dog, D-O-G. Now it's time for history. Little Georgie Bush ran around the corner and stole a cherry pie. How many cherries are in the pot? Close your eyes and you will see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who's Georgie Bush? What's 25
Best memories was our family outing to Prospect Park. You remember? Packed a lunch, blankets, and had a picnic. Later, we'd feed the animals in the zoo. Then we all went for a ride on the big carousel. what fun it was trying to catch that ring.
Being a kid was great back then, but of course, we didn't have a center like you guys did. A place where children of all ages can meet and play together. Just think of it. Gymnastics, arts and crafts, drama, basketball, dance, culture, tennis, parties, plays, camps, carnivals.
I have to leave.
Where are you going, Sarah?
To the center. I have an arts and crafts class.
Thank heaven for our children, our boys and girls who will grow up to be our future. Begins the time when he's responsible for himself, when he must fulfill his religious obligations to God, observe all the mitzvot before his 13th birthday. Years ago, the fathers taught their children. Nowadays, Hazanim were individuals in the community teach them. The bar mitzvah itself usually takes place on a Monday and Thursday morning, or Rosh Chodesh when the Torah comes out. Many families now bar mitzvah their children in Israel. Essentially, there are two ceremonies. The ceremony begins with the bar mitzvah boy putting on his new talit and saying the appropriate prayer, followed by Sheheh Hayanu. Then he puts on the tefillin on his forearm. We have a beautiful custom where the bar mitzvah boy wraps the first wine, and each subsequent wine is given as an honor to the rabbi, grandfather, father, uncle, or any other male relative. He then puts on the tefillin sherosh, and the services begin. When the Torah comes out, the bar mitzvah boy is called up to the Torah, and many read from the Torah themselves. What an honor it is to be 13 and being able to go up to the Torah. At the completion of this ritual, it is customary for the bar mitzvah boy, after receiving the men's blessing, to go up to the women's section to receive his mother's, grandmother's, sister's congratulations. Sometimes this is followed by a young man giving a speech. Years ago, a young man gave a speech pertaining to Jewish law, at the same time thanking his family and friends for all the leaky fountain pens he received. What do you have there, Morris?
It's my speech. I've been working on it. Can I practice it in front of you?
Of course. Why don't you rehearse it for everyone?
Welcome, friends, families, rabbis. As I look around the shul, thoughts go through my mind. How could I ever made it without the help of one special person?
The biggest joy for me, when I hear a bar mitzvah boy say his part exactly like the way I taught him, it's just like creating something, because before he did not know, and all of a sudden the words come out exactly the way he has been taught. And that's the biggest joy I get from teaching.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank my rabbis for teaching me the way of the Torah, my community for giving me such beautiful institutions of Torah, my great-grandparents, my grandparents, for encouraging me to follow the way of our forefathers, and above all, to my wonderful parents, whose self-sacrifice made it possible and accessible for me to lead such a beautiful life as an observant Jew.
2 years ago, I went to Israel with my husband, no children. And that's when I knew that I wanted to have David's bar mitzvah there last year. I knew I was coming back, and I knew I was coming back with a reason, David's bar mitzvah. When we got there with the family, it was something tremendous. We got off that airplane, and it was something unbelievable. I was trying to, in my mind, to combine the beauty of David's bar mitzvah and the beauty of Jerusalem and the wall. It's phenomenal. And the feeling that I got when David and my father-in-law came from the wall, they come from under the wall, with the Torah between them, was something. Tears, and my mother-in-law was standing next to me, and my girls, of course, and my other son, and it was something unbelievable.
Seeing him in the spot where people have stood for generations, thousands of years, saying the same words and having it have meaning, giving a cohesion, producing a sense of identity, was a very moving experience.
The feeling I had most about my son's bar mitzvah was when he got up to make his speech and he spoke about my parents and his brothers and sister, and of course my wife and myself, was just very, very touching. And I got a little emotional. You know, I got tears in my eyes. And to see him up there speaking like that as a man was just overwhelming to me.
Experiencing the bar mitzvahs of my two sons, Mal and Joey, was a very enriching experience. It not only focused on the beginning of their religious responsibilities, but it also brought the family together in a certain kind of unity. And the beginning of the children's participation in the family on a different level was very, very profound. And I felt that occasion really, at that point in the child's life, really brought them into the family on a much closer level and part of the community on a much closer level.
Mom, Dad, I now realize the tremendous responsibility that goes along with being bar mitzvah. Now I am a man, responsible for my own actions.
I was scared when I had to read the Torah, and like I didn't expect to do that good, but everyone told me that I did very good, and like I read it very loud, and I did it perfectly, and like Mick and Kairey was hitting me on the back, patting me on the back, and like, you know, he was making me feel comfortable. Well, before bar mitzvah, I was very scared and worried, and I was treated not as much as a man as I'm treated now. Like now I'm wearing tefillin and all that stuff, and like it's fun now. Like I enjoy wearing the tefillin. I look forward to it. You know, every day is a new day for me wearing the tefillin.
Thank you all for coming and sharing with me on this joyous occasion. Well, what do you think, Jiddo?
I'm the happiest Jiddo in the world.
What's next?
Young adulthood, 14, 15, 16. Once a girl reaches 16, she's ready to date. It is very important to us that our young adults stay together, socialize together, meet people who have the same beliefs and values. The places change, but the rituals remain the same. Dating, courtship, engagement, marriage. AB, come on out. We're talking about your favorite subject.
Talking about girls?
Exactly. You're 20 years old. When are you going to get married?
Jiddo, I'm trying. It's not easy. Besides, I'm still young. How old were you and Sitto when you got married?
Sitto was 16 and I was 18.
I was not. I was 14 and a half.
14 and a half.
Yes.
And your mother let you out of the house alone?
Yes.
Where did you pick up Sitto anyway?
I didn't exactly pick up Sitto. Guys didn't pick up girls in the 30s. It was more accurate to say Sitto's father picked me up. I'll never forget it. I was working in my father's linen store behind one of the counters when Sitto's father walked in.
How's business?
Neat, thank God.
Everything looks very nice here. Good, good.
Thank you. We work very hard on keeping this place neat and clean.
Listen, Ishaq, as you know, I have 3 daughters. 2 of them are married. The youngest one and the prettiest one, still single. Lots of matchmaker trying to fix her up with boys. Everyone nicer than the other. But we want someone nice, someone Adami, someone like your son, Abraham. What do you think?
Hey, why not?
Good, good. Bring your wife and Abraham, Yahweh, and Hello.
We see you tomorrow night, Moshe. Thank you, Moshe.
A blind date, huh, Jiddo?
No. Sitto's not blind. She's only wearing glasses a couple of years.
No. I mean, what'd you do? Weren't you nervous? What'd you wear? Did you have a car? Where'd you take her? Come on.
It wasn't like that at all. We didn't go out. I was invited to a house. We sat in the living room. Me, her, her parents, and my parents. But I brought with me a big box of candy. I wanted to make an impression on her.
A box of candy left an impression on Sitto?
Not just a box of candy, Avery. I had a 5-pound box of candy to show I was generous.
It was Barton's candy.
A box of candy? Today you could blow $200 on a date, and the G's yawning as she's saying goodnight.
Today it's different, I guess, but anyway, there I was in my best suit and bow tie and a big box of candy in my arm, and my parents at my side. I knocked on the door, and her mother answered.
تفضلي إسحاق، تفضلي جميلة.
Tafadali, Jamila. Let me take your coat.
Abraham, تفضل. Abraham, I want you to meet my daughter Farida.
I brought you these candies, but your smile is sweeter.
When I saw her, the palms of my hands started to sweat so much that I must have melted all the chocolate. Baby, your sister was so pretty, and a smile so sweet.
Even though I couldn't talk, I knew he was for me.
I didn't want to leave that night, so I sat and ate all the fruit.
But what happened after that? How long did you date?
The date? We didn't date at all. No. We saw each other 2 or 3 times, and then it happened.
What happened?
Betty, you like him? بدك تتجوزيه? You want to marry him?
You like her? Habeta?
Very much.
You want to marry? بدك جوازها?
Yes.
All right, what's the dowry?
Of course, my wife will buy a trousseau. I will buy the box springs and the mattresses. I will buy the linen, the sheet, and the tablecloths. And my wife will make shrubby-laws, the meeting of the family, and a small wedding. What you going to do for us?
I'm gonna make your daughter a bride.
Baby, Morris, I'll never forget it.
I don't get it. How could you and Sitto actually marry without actually really knowing each other?
Baby, we trusted our parents, and we trusted our way of life.
It was time for us to have a family, and we knew it was the right thing to do. Our parents have decided, and we felt that it was the right thing to do.
That's amazing.
And alhamdulillah, we listened. 50 years of happiness.
Let me get this straight. You and Sitto were put together by Sitto's father? Did Mom's father pick Dad?
Your father didn't have it so easy. He had to go out and find your mother. But I'll let them tell it to you themselves. Isaac, Molly, Taulahoni. Tell them about Bradley Beach days. They want to know how you and Molly met.
Oh, those days were really something. Too bad you kids couldn't really experience Bradley Beach. Because that's what it was, an experience.
Oh, it sure was an experience. Unreal.
Boys, imagine. You could get around by bicycles. Nobody had any turbo cars or fancy insurances and high prices that lasted just as much as those cars. You could get around by bike, or even better, you could walk it. Everybody lived a few minutes away from each other. And you know what? The kids really owned that town.
Bradley Beach. Dad, that was ages ago.
Ages ago. Every Friday night, the kids, must have been about 1,000 of them, gathered on that boardwalk by the sandbar. Everybody had a fabulous time. It was like they asked each other out. Many met and married from that little strip of boardwalk and that sandbar. And on Saturday, the young folks would take over the back of the beach. The married folks would take the front, sit by the water, and watch their little children play. And whoever didn't get a chance to get a date on Friday night got a second chance on Saturday.
You know, that's right, Abby. We accept the dates up until 7 p.m. Huh? Can you imagine?
7? I thought I had up until 4.
What a Hazid case.
Really?
Hazid.
I had it till 7?
You know, excuse me, Ike, but really, if it were up to you, I'd have gotten sunstroke. And you know, and another thing, didn't you know you were going to ask me? You knew you were going to ask me out. So why'd you even have to wait until 7 o'clock? 4 o'clock? My gosh! Huh.
I wanted you to appreciate me.
Appreciate? Ha, honey pie, that one's going to cost you. You know, it all happened August 6th, 1960 at 3:49. I remember it like it was yesterday.
This is ridiculous. I'm sweating my head off between today and last night. Molly, you went to the sandbar last night? Of course. Do you think I get a choice? 11 o'clock at night, my mother wakes me up and says, you have to go to the boardwalk to find a date. Can you imagine? What did you do? What do you think I did? I got dressed and I went. Of course, my hair frizzed up. My stupid heel got caught in the boardwalk. And I had to pull off my shoe and dig it out of the boards. Real sharp, huh?
Hazita.
All I have to say is, thank God Isaac wasn't there.
You mean he hasn't asked you out again yet?
No, not yet, but I'm still hoping. He is so stunning. His eyes are the color of the sky, and his hair is all black and curly. And he's so soft-spoken and so nice. Oh, I would die for him.
You are such a Hazi case. Well, girls, it's 10 to 4. I hate to break the news to you, but... Look! Rochelle is walking to the water with Raymond. She's got a date! You know, maybe we would be better off getting matched up. Are you crazy or something? At least this way we have a choice.
Can?
Well, sort of.
Look, these are your choices. First, your parents give you the who's who and who's not for you. Then, you have your own vision of what you'd want in a man. And by the time you realize there's no such thing, you're already 17.
She privileged.
It's suicide time. Do you think we have a shot?
I don't know. I wish the G's had had dates with Kish already. I hate to have to ask a G only to be told, sorry, I'm busy. What they really mean is, it's 10 to 4, jerk. Think I'm holding my breath for you?
Hey, shoot the 3 G's over there.
Ike, the G in the middle. Didn't you take her out a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I did. Her name is Molly. She is so cute. I saw her last night at the sandbar, but I don't think she saw me. Why didn't you ask her out right there? I was just about to go over to her when the funniest thing happened. As she was walking, she got her heel caught in between the boards. And before I knew it, she was bending down over her shoe to pull her heel out of the boards. Well, if you ask me, I don't think that was a good time for her, so I sort of left without seeing her.
Okay, Ike. Here's the plan. If she walks to the water with you, we'll TO the other 2 G's, assuming they're dateless, too. Good luck, Ike. We'll be right behind you.
Molly, who's coming this way?
Oh my God, it's
Isaac, what should I do? My hair's gonna freeze. My stomach's sticking out. I'm gonna die. Stunning. Hi.
Hi, Molly. Would you like to take a walk to the water?
I'd love to. She's got a date!
Hi, girls.
Hi.
I'm Elliot. And I'm David.
I'm Milo, and this is Elizabeth.
Wow, it's hot. Would you like to take a walk to the water with us?
Sure. Okay.
Six months later, I popped the big question.
Did you have a good time tonight?
Of course. I always have a good time when I'm with you.
How long has it been?
What? Our date?
No, you know, how long have we been going steady?
Gee, I don't know. About 8 months, I would guess.
Would you like to make it permanent?
What?
You know, would you like to be my wife?
Isaac, I can't hear you above the engine.
Will you marry me, Molly?
Isaac, will you please close the engine and speak up?
Molly, will you marry me?
Hurry up and get married to get some sleep.
We want to go to sleep. This is so sudden.
What's so sudden about 8 months?
Wasn't I supposed to say that?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, of course I'll marry you.
That's when all the fun started. I was so excited, I woke up Mama to tell her the great news.
Mom, guess what? Guess what? I'm engaged. Isaac asked me to marry him, and I said yes. Look! Aren't you excited?
Of course I'm excited.
Oh, Ma, I'm so happy. Just imagine, me married. No more sandbar, no more creepy dates, no stomach aches. Oh, pinch me, Ma. Am I dreaming?
You know, it's not official until his mother actually calls to say Mebruk, which probably won't happen till the morning. Do you think you can get some sleep now, or is that entirely impossible?
I'll try. Good night, Ma.
Good night.
That night, I dreamt my life was going to be like a wonderful, wonderful fairy tale. The next day, I was so excited in school. I couldn't wait to come home, though, and start making all of our plans.
Ma! Hi! I'm so excited! I don't know what to do first.
First, get Isaac off your mind, and second, get back into circulation.
What? What's the matter? I don't understand.
What's to understand? You're not engaged.
Oh, yes, I am. I just spoke to Isaac, and we didn't break up. I should know.
Molly, when my daughter gets married, her in-laws will have to welcome her with open arms. His mother was supposed to call to say she was happy about her son's choice. It's 4 o'clock, and still no phone call. And to tell you the truth, if she calls now, I might not be happy to say Mebruk and thank you.
Mom, stop being so old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned or not, I have nothing to be Mebruk. We are not accepting any Mebruks. Until his mother calls, I have nothing to be Mebruk for, and that's that. Hello? Frida? Thank you. And Mebruk to you, too. Better late than ever, huh, Frida? Are you kidding? You mean you didn't know you had to call? I guess that's what sisters are for. I remember the first son I married off. My mother guided me all the way. Of course. Come over with your husband. We'll discuss everything. See you tonight, huh, Frida? Bye.
Molly, you're engaged. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
Mom, thank God you called.
Rocky, did I ever let you down? You know, Isaac, those days were really the greatest. And I remember all of your old Mejnun friends. They was such a bunch of nuts. Ah.
On 65th Street, that's where I met her. And when I saw her, I knew that I would get her. Her eyes, they shone like a radium. That's when I knew she was Arabian. That's when I knew she was Arabian. Her eyes, they shone like the moon up above. That's when I knew I was falling in love. She asked me for a glass of lemonade. Took out my oud and began to serenade. Took out my oud to serenade. The boys, they called me a liar. Oh, the night I looked down the wires. All the boys, they gave us the eye. I said, watch out, boys, she's S.Y. I said, watch out, that girl's S.Y. One night I took her to a nightclub to visit all the S.Y.s and J.Dubs. All the boys, they call her a bit. But believe me, she's a headwind. But believe me, she's a headwind. We are the Syrian Jews. We hang out in front of my galoos. Every time that we have a quarter, we go in and buy soda water. We go in and buy soda water. We sang this song in generations, but now we're back in celebrations. We'll never forget our noble past. And they all our celebrations last. And they all our celebrations last.
I guess everything's nice in its own time. You had Bradley Beach, we have Deal. You had the Sandbar, we have the casino and pool parties. You had Francis Sweet Shop, we have 7-Eleven. You had bicycles, and we have cars with turbo, and without, and without. So we don't care if the girl lives more than a few minutes away. And nowadays, we ask girls out after 4 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
All right, then. All right. Yeah. 7 o'clock. But at least you didn't have such a difficult time tracking them down. They were either waiting on the boardwalk or on 65th Street. The girls today are so busy, you have to catch them at the center, in between aerobics classes or meetings, hang out with them at that fashion show. Oh, worst of all, dare call them up on the phone.
Hello, is Barbara there? That's stupid, it's her phone. If she answers, she's there. Try again.
Hiya, Barbara, it's Freddie. How'd you like to go out Saturday at night? Right, Saturday at night.
Try again.
Hiya, Barbara, this is Freddie. How are you? That's good. Now for some small talk. Nice barbecue last week, huh? Did you have a good week? How'd you like to go out Saturday night? Not bad. All right, one more time. Hiya, Barbara, this is Freddie. How are you?
Barbecue, good week, Saturday night. Perfect. I'm ready. Here we go.
Freddie, Barbara, small talk, barbecue. Freddie, Barbara, small talk, barbecue.
Hi, this is Barbara. I'm sorry I'm not in. Please leave a message at the tone and don't hang up.
Look at a hold of these days. You don't know what to do. Should you call back? Should you not call back? Should you leave a message? You sound like an idiot on the machine. The whole thing is Mejnun.
Barbara, Freddie, small talk, barbecue. Barbara, Freddie, small talk, barbecue.
Hi, this is Barbara. I'm sorry I'm not in. Please leave.
Come on, 2 hours already. Where are you?
At this point, you're starting to lose your mind. You know you can't give up because the G is worth it. She's special. So you decide to call one last time. She's not there, you'll leave a message.
Listen, Barbara, it's Freddie. I've been trying to call you all day. I'll try again later. It'll have to do.
Hi, this is Barbara. I'm sorry I'm not in. Please leave a message at the tone and don't hang up.
Hi, Barbara, listen, it's Freddie. I've been trying to call you all day, and I'll try again
Hi,
later.
Freddie. I just walked in.
Oh, hi. How about that barbecue?
Oh, the barbecue is nice.
What do you think about that barbecue?
Barbecue was nice. It was nice seeing everybody.
So, how about that barbecue? You want to go out Saturday night?
Oh, that would be great. I'd like that.
It would?
You know, I don't believe you macho boys could be so nervous just to ask a girl out for a date. You always seem to be so in control of every situation. You always think you're just so cool. What happened?
Oh, please, Mom. The first time I have to call a girl on the phone, I'm totally tongue-tied. But what's worse than that is the first time you have to pick her up.
Mom, he's here. Go tell Daddy. I'll give him 10 minutes. Go get your father. He's outside building the sukkah.
Look, Mom, he's talking to himself.
Hello, Mrs. Gibney. My name is Freddie. My dad is Eli and my mom is Susan. Dad's in the dry goods business, and I'm hoping to start my own import company.
Just go get your father.
Well, hello, Freddie. I'm Mrs. Gindy.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Gindy. I'm Freddie. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Come in, Freddie. Sit down. So tell me, who are your parents?
Great. A trial run. I'll practice on her mother.
My dad is Eli and my mom is Susan.
And what does your dad do?
Well, Dad's in the dry goods business, and I'm hoping to start my own import company.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Piece of cake. Bring on the old man.
Hi, Freddie.
Hi, Mr. Barbara. I'm Susan, son of Eli. My father's in the what's with the hammer?
Oh, relax. I'm just building the sukkah.
Z, he's a nervous wreck.
You look just like your Uncle Eddie. Barbara, Freddie's here.
I'm almost ready.
So where you guys going tonight?
Well, I got tickets for Phantom, and then we're gonna go for dinner.
If that doesn't impress him, nothing will.
Oh, that sounds great.
She'll be thrilled. It's the 4th time she's seen Phantom in 6 weeks.
Midget, Tell your sister if she's not down here in 1 minute, I'm taking her phone away.
Barbara!
So what time do you kids think you're coming home tonight?
Daddy!
All right, I'm sorry.
All right, don't be late.
Hello, Mac. Have a good time.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Bye.
Be good. Don't be late. If he don't be good to her, I'll nail him. Come on, midget. Let's go finish the sukkah.
Before you know it, you're asking the girl to marry you.
It's a nice night.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, did you hear Louise and David got engaged last week?
Yeah, did you hear how he did it?
Oh, he did something crazy, like he put a sign up in front of the center. Really nuts.
Pretty funny, huh? But I'll tell you, when I do it, it's going to be different. I'm a simple kind of guy. I don't like anything big fuss, no fuss or fancy, you know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's a Goodyear blimp.
Well, what does it say?
Will you marry me?
Yes!
Whether it's the 30s, the 60s, or the 90s, whether it's a match that your parents made, whether you met her at the sandbar in Bradley Beach, a barbecue and deal, it all leads to that great day.
Standing under the chuppah with my husband Ike was a feeling of awe. It really was, just watching all these people behind me and knowing that now when I say I do, when my husband steps on the glass, it's going to be the biggest moment of our lives.
I remember on my wedding day, everybody wanted to know, you nervous, Scott? You nervous? You nervous? Me? Nah, it's nothing. 20 years old, it's nothing, no problem. So now, the whole day, I thought I had an allergy. I was sneezing. I said, ooh, my wedding day, I have to be sick. I'm not allergic to anything. All of a sudden, I'm allergic to the whole world. Going down in the car on the way to the hall, my wife and I my wife-to-be, and I was sitting in the car. I didn't say 2 words to her. All I kept doing was sneeze. Under the chuppah, I stepped on the glass, cracked the glass. The allergy went away.
Behold, you are sanctified unto me with silver of this point, according to the laws of Moses and Israel.
When we got married, when we were under the chuppah, I always wanted to know what they did under there. Everybody biz, they talk, they put the talit, and they ask you questions, and then they pray over you. But it was nice, like we were next to each other, and we didn't know we should hold hands, we shouldn't hold hands. And even when the rabbi married us and we hit the cup, we looked at each other, do we kiss, do we not kiss? And it was so fun because we're both shy. We don't show our feelings in front of everybody, And we kissed the fast kiss, and we ran down the aisle.
I'm happy and proud to say that I've participated in perhaps over 5,000 marriages since I've been in the community. That includes both Ashkenazim and Sephardim. But what I emphasize for the Sephardic couple as they come before me is that each one is a unique couple and that each one has a tremendous contribution to make, not only to the Jewish people but to the community. And that the better they will be, the finer kind of a life they will lead, and the nobler their aspirations, the greater will be the strength of the community. So I make them feel that this is not just an isolated couple getting married. They are helping to build and create a stronger community while at the same time enjoying prosperity and success and happiness and joy, which comes by being attached to tradition.
Seeing these beautiful weddings and all these happy people makes me want to get married. So what's the secret? What's the secret to a happy marriage?
Maybe that's a very good question.
The key to a good marriage is communication and giving each one space.
Communication and love.
Respect.
That's how it works.
To be selfless, not selfish.
To respect each other.
Key to a successful marriage. Wait a minute.
Never let me go to sleep angry.
To tell one another you love one another. In the morning, to say, I love you. At night, to say, I love you.
I'll tell you in 50 years.
Now that our wedding ceremony is over, and the lovely couples are married, it's time to celebrate. And what better way than dancing to our traditional Syrian melodies?
سودا حلوة مكحلين وردي وما في مثلها بين الرايحين عيونها سودا 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 حلوة مكحلين وردي وما في مثلها بين الرايحين
Jindo, that looks cool. But if you think that's fun, watch this.
Then they're in their limousines and off on their honeymoon. Beginning with birth, school years, dating, marriage. What a beautiful start. After a brief intermission, we will return to continue our circular path along our Sephardic life cycle. Join us as we sing. And all of us together. The middle years, 20 to 50. Time of change, a time of no change. A time of challenge. A time when the father strives for financial success and the mother devotes her time to raising a family. Traditions play an integral part in maintaining the stability of family life. Are you ready, Morris?
What's next, Jiddo?
Married life. Saul, Frida, come on out and help me.
You must be talking about married life, Jiddo.
Tell us all the wonderful moments you've shared since you've been married.
Oh, there have been a lot of wonderful moments. Right, Saul?
Yeah, like the first meal you cooked for me.
Hi, honey. I'm home. What's that awful smell?
It's your dinner, that's what.
My dinner? Well, it doesn't smell that bad.
Yes, it does. It's so bad. I almost threw up twice. I don't know what went wrong. I did everything my mother told me to do.
Well, what's it supposed to be? I mean, what did you make?
Chicken and spaghetti.
Well, I'm sure it tastes great anyway, and let's eat. I'm starved.
Okay. I left the spaghetti on the side for you, just the way you like it. And I'm gonna start to take the chicken apart now.
Great. What's that?
It says remove before cooking. Nobody told me I had to keep the inside of the chicken.
The first meal that I really wanted to surprise Ike and please him was to make his favorite, which was rice and fasulia. So the rice wasn't so bad, it's just that you needed an ice cream scooper to get it up onto the plate. But the fasulia, the directions in my mind got a little boggled. And instead of 1 can of tomato paste with the beans and cook it for 6 hours, I put 6 cans of tomato paste and cooked it for 1 hour. And this poor guy, not wanting to hurt my feelings, tried to crunch down this globby mess. And it was just, we still laugh about it to this day.
Be thankful that you didn't have to pluck the feathers off the chicken and soak it and salt it like I did. Your complaint about a plastic bag? The girls of today are so keslanim.
Well, things are really different today, Sitt. While it's true we have Seudah, where a complete dinner is only a phone call away, we still work hard, and our husbands call us shatrin.
Abus Roha, you know a little Syrian.
Just a little, Sitt.
Oh.
That first meal wasn't only traumatizing on you ladies, you know. Us guys had to eat it with a smile.
Talk about buying that first house. Pop, talk about throwing up.
I'll never forget. You know, today it's harder for the kids. They pay more for windows than we paid for a whole house.
Didn't you love it?
Loved it.
Wasn't it just perfect?
Perfect.
Aren't you so excited?
Thrilled.
What's wrong with you?
Wrong? With me? Nothing's wrong with me.
Well, you're not even excited.
$34,000 is a lot of money for a house.
What isn't a lot of money these days?
Cornflakes.
Oh, come on, honey. It's a great house. The location is fabulous. It's near all the shuls. It's right down the block from the subway station. And last, but certainly not least, it's around the corner from your parents' house.
You know, honey, maybe you're right.
And just think, now your father will know each and every time you're not in shul.
Very funny, Debbie. Well, I'm gonna have to ask him for his advice. But if he thinks it's a bad idea, you can forget it.
Oh, I know. He'll just love it.
We'll see. Dad! It's me, Eddie. Your son, Dad. Yeah, Dad. Dad, guess what? We saw a great house. Yeah. It's got everything. You know, everything. And guess what? It's right around the corner from you. Just think, Dad. You'll know every time I'm not in shul. He's not laughing. Yeah. Well, that's why I called. I'm gonna need a little loan. How much? I don't know. How much you got? Well, how much do I have saved? Well, let's say that the mezuzot are covered.
I remember the experience of coming home to tell my wife, Rini, that we bought our first house. I had bought the house, purchased it, closed it, and everything, but she had never seen it, and she didn't even know where it was. I told her, honey, we just bought our first house on Avenue J. She said, good. A corner on Bedford? I said, no, the middle of the block on East 8th Street. She said, fine, I'll continue to look on Bedford. You live on East 8th Street.
Buying your first new home. Cooking your first chicken and spaghetti dinner. Those are wonderful, wonderful moments. But nothing is as exciting as planning your first child, especially if it was back in the 60s.
Hello, Miss Mashuda. Hiya, I'm Mrs. Antoby. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I'm calling you because all my friends say you're the best baby nurse in the world. And I was wondering, when are you available? Huh? What? When do I need you? Oh, no, you don't understand, Miss Mashuda. I'm not pregnant yet. I wanted to know the best time to give birth. When are you free? Okay, I got it. So if it doesn't happen this month, then I should wait 3 months. Okay, so then you have February all open. Okay, great. Thanks, Miss Mashuda. As soon as I know, you'll know. Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, honey, I'm home. What's for dinner? Let's eat.
Oh, honey, listen, there's no time for dinner. If it doesn't happen this month, we have to wait 3 months. Come on, honey, hurry.
Thank God for Miss Mashuda.
Gee, Ma, I can never confide in a stranger. I call you for everything. Remember my first pregnancy?
Ma, guess what? You're pregnant. How did you know? Honey, I know everything. Just look at your face. It's completely changed. Isn't it great? It's wonderful, honey. Mebruk. I can't wait to tell Daddy.
No, you can't tell Daddy. I have to tell my mother-in-law first.
Okay, but not even your father?
All right. We can tell Daddy. But no aunts or uncles, because one of them will spill the beans before I have a chance to tell my mother-in-law.
Rochelle, who have you told so far?
No one, Ma. Just you. And 2 of my best friends. But I swore them to secrecy. And I saw a couple of girls at the doctor's office. But we promised each other we wouldn't talk for a whole month. And I also told Jackie's sister.
Stop right there. You better call your mother-in-law now.
But Ma, Jackie and I promised we'd do it together.
If you already told your two best friends and a couple of girls in the doctor's office and Jackie's sister, forget about waiting for Jackie. Call your mother-in-law now.
Hey, Ma, remember when Frida went to the hospital with her first baby? Boy, were you nuts that day.
You know, it's not such an easy thing for a mother to watch her daughter go through that, little, hey?
It's not so easy on the husband either.
Hey, my wife's in labor. Where do we go? Where's the room? Where's the doctor? Where's the nurse?
Where's your insurance card?
What?
Your insurance card, you know, the insurance.
Who can think about insurance at a time like this?
Well, honey, there's no time like the present.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. She needs a room. Hurry. Come here. Find the insurance card now. Oh, the cramps are getting worse.
Oh, honey, sweetheart, oh, hey, darling, take it easy. Everything will be all right.
Daddy, what's wrong with Mommy?
She's nervous. My baby's having a baby.
Uncross your legs, it's no good for the baby.
Well, leave her alone, Bert.
Oh, look, my sister's came. Hi. Hi, Francis. Hi, Paulette. Hi, Vicky. They're over here. Did you bring Mama?
Honey, if any more people come, there's enough people here for a bris.
There, have a good time. Let's have a baby, sweetheart. Come, darling, come.
Oh.
Hey, you need clothes.
Where you going, Rocky?
Allah Ma'ak, we'll all be waiting here for you.
It's like what my friend said, giving birth is a scream. Oh, Mom.
I'm here, sweetheart. I'm coming. I'm here.
Jeanette, do you think nobody ever had a baby before?
I heard that, Esther.
When my wife gave birth to our baby, it was the most amazing thing in the world to have a child, but you don't realize what you actually are until you have a baby and until you see that live person that you've actually created. And having a baby in and of itself was amazing, but having a girl and having another Doris Dweck was the most wonderful thing that could have ever happened to me.
I've given birth in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and as I think back over the years, the most memorable birth, I would say, would have to have been the birth of my last child, partly because with age, the sense of appreciation becomes that much more keen. And also at that point in time, husbands were allowed in the delivery room. For us, it was the first experience of sharing together the miracle of birth. And having him there and having him hand to me our newborn child made that whole experience so much more special.
Elise was born 17 months later. Elise is our second child. She was born in January. And then our third child, also a girl, was born June 10th, 43 years ago, I forget. Anyway,
1946.
1946. And my doctor was Dr. Robbins, who was almost like a friend. And the night she was born, he came in to me. He says, "You had your third girl." I said, "Thank you." And he says, "But I don't think Bert understood." And I said, "Really?" And then when Bert came in to see me, I repeated it. We had a girl. We had a girl. The third time, he says, "Gosh, I heard. I know." The next morning, when Dr. Robbins came in, I said, "Why did you tell me you didn't think Bert understood that we had a third girl?" He says, "Because when I told him it was a girl, he got so excited. He was just as excited as when Muriel was born." And of course, I was very happy to hear that.
Having a grandchild is just an experience that you have to live through to really feel. I remember my first grandson, when he was born. Of course, my daughter called me up and said, "Daddy, I want you to take me to the hospital." And I said, well, obviously we were waiting there. It was on New Year's Eve. And we came from a gathering of friends and all dressed up. And we took my daughter to the hospital. And it was
It was a scene, of course, with the two grandparents there and the parents. And I take my daughter up. I took her up in the elevator together with my son-in-law, and we run upstairs and taking her into her doctor. And the nurse stops us in the hallway, and she says, "1 second, you can't go into the room, all of you. Who is the father?" And I said, "I am." And I walked with my daughter in, and my son-in-law, Joey, says, "Wait a second. She means me, not you, Dad." And I said, "Oh, okay." I had to give her up and give it to my son-in-law to take into the hospital. And I still wasn't sure if that was the right thing. I felt I was supposed to be there with her.
Wow, having those babies was really amazing. I'd love to have a dozen.
Really? Easy for you to say, Saul.
It is easy. I get none of the pain and all of the gain.
You just wait in a couple of years. Our kids aren't in yeshiva yet. You'll feel a pinch in a couple of years. It's called delayed hard labor.
Speaking of labor, Saul, how did you manage to land such a prestigious position with your company?
You mean with my father's company, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, being born just wasn't enough. I had to earn it.
Pop, can I speak to you for a moment?
Yup.
Pop, it's important.
What's the matter, son?
Pop, remember when I told you that I wanted to go out and do something on my own?
Yup.
Remember when I told you that I was a suit and tie man?
Yup.
Remember when I told you that I'd make $1 million in my first year out?
Yup.
Remember when I told you I didn't need your stockroom job?
Yup.
Well, Dad, things didn't turn out exactly the way I planned.
Well, son, plans have a way of doing that.
Pop, is there room for me in the business?
Oh, we could always use a hard-working, honest guy in the stockroom.
But, Pop, how can you do this to me? I'm your own flesh and blood.
That's why. You have to start from the bottom up. You have to learn every aspect of the business. You have to know what sells and what stays. You have to learn how to appreciate the people who run our warehouses and stockrooms. You have to learn how to be a person who has patience and the drive to run a business. Nothing but nothing gets handed to anyone. You want more? You have to work more. You can't just step in and over people. You have to dirty your hands and wet your feet. And one day, son, you thank me for the knowledge and experience I'm offering you today.
I guess you're right, Pop. By the way, how much does this job pay?
Because you're my son and my own flesh and blood, I'll pay you $8 an hour, gross.
That sure is gross. All right, Pop, I'll take it, but it just doesn't seem fair.
Okay, I'll take it. That's what you say? I'm expecting a resounding thank you.
You're right. Thank you.
Son, this is a family business. You work hard, and one day this will be your business to pass on to your children. What do you have to say about that?
Yup.
I have 4 children in my business, 4 children. 3 of them are in my business at the present time. One of the reasons why I am very, very excited about having my children in my business is because since they came in, it made life much, much easier for me. And the second part is I'm enjoying life much more by having my children around me. And the third and most important thing is my business is growing since my children came in. My children started in the business from the bottom. They started in the stock room, and they're working their way up. And it really does work, because if you don't start from the bottom, you'll never know what the business is all about.
Money, houses, kids. All these different things. I didn't even have a girlfriend yet.
Nasib is Nasib. When the right girl comes along, you'll know it. And when she does, you're gonna be just as nervous as I was. Right, Ma?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the Saturday before the wedding when I went up as Haddad and Knis?
Of course. You made a beautiful Sabbath, and you woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you started walking and walking and walking. You made me so nervous, you gave me a headache.
Do you remember that little talk we had together? And you changed my whole life. Did I ever tell you how thankful I was?
You don't have to tell me, Ruhi. You showed me.
You must be very excited, honey. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning.
Ma, I'm scared.
Of what?
Am I doing the right thing? This is my whole life.
And her whole life.
Yeah, and I'm responsible for her whole life, too.
Listen to me and answer one question.
Sure. What?
Do you love her? Do you always think about her? Does she bring a smile to your face when you see her?
Ma, that was 3 questions. And yes to all of them.
And does she feel the same about you? Is she considerate of your feelings? Does she respect your ideas and opinions? Does she laugh with you? And does she feel your pain?
Yes, she does.
Baruch Hashem. At least it should start out that way.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking out loud.
I don't know. Isn't it strange, Ma? I'm not going to be living here anymore.
Baruch Hashem. That's the way it's supposed to be. You get married, you set up your own home and your own stuff there. And you'll have children. And one day, before you know it, your wife will be talking like this to your own son. That's how quickly time flies away.
I know, Ma.
Listen, I do have some words of wisdom to offer you. Not because I'm so smart, but only because I've lived this part of life already.
Ma, I'm all ears.
First of all, I'll always be your mother, and you'll always be my son. But now that you've found a beautiful wife, remember, she will always come first, before me and before your father. She'll be the mother of your children, your friend, and your partner for life. Have an open line of communication. Discuss your dreams and your goals and your disappointments together. Stay in touch with each other's feelings. Be understanding and compassionate. Life isn't always easy, but life is surely what you make it. I want you to apologize when you're wrong and accept an apology gracefully when you're right. Never demand anything, but requests are okay. You see, darling, love and marriage are like a garden. If you don't tend to the flowers, they'll wilt and die.
Ma, you make it seem so natural.
It is natural. And please remember, if you want to be treated like a king, then treat your wife like a queen.
Okay, Ma. You know, I really do love her. And I really do love you, too. I just got a little nervous.
That's natural. Oh, that must be the waitresses. It's 7 time. Let's get dressed to shul. I'm in the mood to celebrate.
You wouldn't believe it. What a day. Baby got sick and cried all night. Robert and I got into a fight. My mother-in-law really had no choice. She thought the baby might lose his voice. She came to care for his precious jewel. She gave me a dirty book in school. But anyway, did you hear the good word? Shelley had a baby. The 7th of a third. A 7. It's gonna be a 7. It's gonna be a 7.
Joseph has learned everything he can talk. His carefully, his ready to wear, he's such a thrill we are going to share. He's reading after should ever be on. That's the school where we belong. I pray the weather will be great so that we can celebrate. Don't be late, you'll make my day if you join us Saturday. 7, a 7, it's gonna be a
schools. People are going from place to place. Oh, please try to come and please show your face. 7, it's 1 up to a 7. It's gonna be a gather all. Celebrate and have a ball. Raise yourself a glass of wine and celebrate with Valentine. 7. Hiya, Molly. Where have you been? Since the night stay. Oh, what a sin. Our car club went to Atlantic City. We lunched, we played. The casinos are pretty. But anyway, the fruits are in order. My son just had a beautiful daughter. Join us for lunch on Saturday. Molly, isn't it funny how time flies away? 7, a 7. It's gonna be a 7. It's gonna be a, gonna be a, gonna be a, gonna be a 7, a 7. It's gonna be a 7. It's gonna be a, 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 gonna be a 7.
As long as we've been together, our way of life, our customs, our heritage, all of our beliefs form the backbone of our community. So many communities have to fight and struggle to keep their Jewishness alive. For us, it's a way of life. We take pleasure in every aspect of our Jewishness.
Like holidays. Oh, Jiddu, I always love holidays at your house.
Yes, Pesach, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and the most special of all, Shabbat. Sarah, what does Shabbat mean to you?
To be together and everything. Shabbat means something in the night that there's a lot of food. It's a resting day. It means it's just like a holiday, but it's not a holiday. Sometimes it's a holiday on Shabbat, and you can't ride bikes. I play games without batteries. You sleep. That's what I do. And lots of men go to shul and pray. And sometimes I go to shul with my father. That you should light candles and do the wine. And good dinner. And you light the candle. And when Sabbath comes, before, it means peace and quiet. A holy day. I love Shabbat. Coming home from school and picking from the pots. The candies, the cakes, and especially the bizit. The smell of the kibbeh hamda. Walking with Dad to shul. Looking at the light of the candles. Watching my father carefully pour the wine into a silver wine cup. Being together. I love Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ולעולם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו העולם, בורא ורגש.
Sammy, the reason we toss the bread to you is because we have a custom that when someone is mourning, the rabbi hands them the bread directly. We do it differently in honor of Shabbat, so as not to confuse it with the meal of the mourner. Okay?
Why do I always get left?
Listen, Chassaleh, you're the youngest one here, and we always save the best for last.
Oh, I can't believe how beautiful you look.
Hi, Mr. Gadsby.
Oh, Mr.
Happy
Gadsby.
New
Mr.
Year.
This is special for the holiday. I want you to give this to your mother.
Oh, thank you.
Here.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Staring at me, Mama. You're staring at me.
Honey, it's only a head. Put it in the sink and we'll clean it.
But the teeth is still here. Look at her.
Thank God I'm peeling the lumpia.
Just open it, put it in the sink, and we'll take the eyeballs out.
Cisco, why do we have to do this?
ירשום מלפניך שרבו לראש ולא לזנב.
Because by eating from the head, we're praying to God that we will be the head instead of the tail.
Do we need all this for one night? A full basket? Who's coming that we need 30 pounds of lumpia?
Who's coming? The whole family. And Salha and her kids, Uncle Abdo and the whole family.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love Uncle Abdo. When is he coming?
Not until you sit down and finish peeling that lubia.
Why do we have lumpia anyway? I'd rather have hummus.
ירשום מלפניך שרבו לראשנו כלוביה.
But we're praying to God to make our good deeds plentiful and beautiful like the lubia, the black-eyed peas. And we don't eat hummus because hummus is sour. And we want to have a sweet year. So we eat only sweet things on this holiday. We even use sugar instead of salt for hamotzi.
Chidor, when can we go home? I'm tired.
We don't go home today. We spend the whole day praying to Hashem for forgiveness.
But Chidor, we pray every day.
Baruch Shem Kebod Melchuto Leolam Vayet.
Chidor, why does everyone on their knees? Is something wrong?
It's only on Kippur that we pray to Hashem to forgive us for our sins. We go down on our knees to show our humbleness before Him.
Children, your mother wants to know when you're going to be finished with the sukkah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Grandma, we'll be finished in a few minutes. Grandma, why do we have to build a sukkah anyway?
Well, for 40 years, our ancestors wandered through the desert, and they had to live in makeshift huts. always saying we should out of time at the Passover dinner table.
Pop, why don't you tell him?
We say this to remember our ancestors who were forced to pack up all their belongings in a sack like this when they were forced out of Egypt.
عشر كلمة التوراة تلك تشهر للحبلة 8 أيام للميلاد 7 أيام للخطبة 7 صدري المشنى حط صاحب التوراة 4 إخواتنا 3 إخواتنا 2 موسى وهارون 1 رب خلقنا الله واحد.
Jiddo, please let me get you a sweater.
Grandma, sit down and I'll make you your tea.
Jiddo, what can I get you?
Grandpa, you're so wise.
Jiddo, I love talking with you. Jiddo, you must go to so well. Jiddo, I love you. Jiddo, I love you.
I remember Grandma and Grandpa
Summer's here with all its splendor. Relax and share its breezes tender. And watch all the trees that shield from rain. As a parent would shield a child from pain. And try as you might to hold it fast. It slips through your fingers into the past. Then autumn comes and steals the green. And brings along some hues unseen. Colors of red and rust and gold. Brilliant shades, although they're old. And still all the trees are straight and strong. As a parent's reminder of right and wrong. And try as you might to hold it fast. It slips through your fingers. Sometime soon the leaves will fall. Winter comes and takes them all. And all that's left are memories. How we love those trees. How we love those trees. How we love those beautiful
I would love to be just what my grandmother is. When I become your age, I'd be proud. Stop it. My grandmother's too modest, but she's a special lady. She's a very elegant lady. People don't like to. They don't want to hear this? I have to say it. Why shouldn't they hear it? It's something that's very important to me.
Thank you,
I love you.
I love you.
Here come the cookies. Here comes the tea. Mom and Dad, it's your turn now. Dad and Mom, finally your turn now to be royalty. To be royalty. To be
My goodness, what's this?
I don't know.
It's your 50th wedding anniversary party, Mom.
Oh, my goodness.
50 years.
That's a lot of life.
That's a lot of celebration.
And many more to come.
50 years.
That sweet
think?
Our lives are so full of events. There are so many moments we take for granted. And there are such beautiful celebrations. And everyone in this community is so close.
You're absolutely right. Why are we so close? What holds this community together?
Love,
That's part of it. What else?
family,
That's a very big part of it. But there's even more.
I feel what holds this community together are our traditions.
Our traditions?
Tradition.
Our traditions and the love we have for each other.
Love.
What holds this community together is religion.
Religious tolerance.
Shabbat, and the learning the Torah.
Religion.
Torah studies.
One of the things that's holding our community together is the synagogues.
Religion is the main force that keeps our people together.
Well, I believe that what holds this community together is a sense of tradition and respect for religion. And I believe that the newcomers who came to this country established religion as the norm rather than something which is extraneous to human life. And everything that was done in this community always had to be done according to tradition and according to religion. And because of that, the sense of tradition is so very strong that the youth today, as they become more and more knowledgeable in Jewish subjects, are beginning to appreciate the uniqueness of the Sephardic tradition as brought over here at the beginning of the century.
I think family holds the community together. Our love of family, our devotion to the family.
Family together is wonderful.
Wonderful sense of family.
family unity.
We're one big family.
What holds this unique community together is camaraderie.
Caring for each other. They have roots, they like each other.
They all care for each other. Friends. The center.
The community is held together by the desire of our youngsters, young men and women, to be part of it. I mean, that's a blessing that we have that very few communities have. Our children and our youngsters crave to be part of our community, and that's really the basis of its perpetuation.
We need every man, every woman, every boy, every girl. We need them together to be united. And this is the way we succeeded to keep our community, whether we are in Brooklyn or in Deal or in Florida. I say we're always together, united. And we are united, and we shall be united, continue to be united. And this is our success. We shall follow this pattern, this golden chain that my father established for many, many years, and we shall succeed. And our community will be blessed.
Well, Haddad.
I think we are a unique community in the whole world. I really do.
Community.
Tonight is a truly historical performance, a performance which is in tribute to our ancestors, those people who first emigrated to the shores of this country some 90 years ago. They came here facing economic uncertainty and other adversities of new immigrants, yet they persevered. They maintained their traditions and their heritage, and not only did they maintain them, but they also managed to transfer them to their children and to their grandchildren. We hope that tonight's performance will help to also maintain these traditions for future generations.
Well, Morris, that's my gift to you. We've done everything to set your life up a proper way. Now it's up to you to live it and carry on. Of all the gifts you'll get in life,
I'll get in life.
more valuable by far is this I give with all my heart, the tale of who and what we are. Abu Srocha.